Hi, I'm Sarah, and thank you for coming, everyone. I'm the founder of Ambassador Play, and we build educational toy kits for kids. I moved to London when I was a baby, and I was fortunate enough to live not too far from the Science Museum, so I had early interactions with play. I fell in love with technology, and in every company I would volunteer as a teacher on the side, teaching kids to code or to build robots. The feedback was great, both in California and London, but I wanted to see what this would look like back home in Eritrea, in East Africa, which is one of the least connected countries in the world. The kids loved the resources, but specifically loved hands-on learning workshops. And I'm so interested in learning or teaching STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math, because amidst the pandemic, there was a lot of discussion about it's time to build or reimagining society, which is great, but education is at the forefront of this, and children are our future. The World Economic Forum states that 65% of children in primary school today will go on to pursue jobs that do not yet exist, and that STEM skills are a driver for future success. Except there are two main issues in education that I see both at a local and global scale. On the right, you see children who might look like yours, who have an abundance of resources. There are increasing concerns of consuming versus creating technology, and a generation of passive learners. And on the left, there are millions of children who do not have access to STEM education or learning opportunities. And this is a photo I took in Eritrea. Now, you might be inclined to think, or at least I was, that the solution is to build more schools and emphasize STEM subjects, but that is absolutely the wrong way to go about this. I know that now, having taught and researched in academia. And STEM education needs a revolution. And that's how and why Ambassador Play was formed. So Ambassador stands for lion in both Eritrean and Ethiopian languages, but you say it to a kid when they've done something well. The kids in Eritrea specifically asked for me to bring back a DIY flashlight the next time they come back. And they said that because in the absence of electricity, they wanted to learn how to make a torch. That was a more useful STEM toy kit. And so that went from me soldering breadboards and batteries in my university bedroom to the 3D printed hand crank that you can play with in the mezzanine afterwards. So I wanted to learn more about this, and I went back to education and pursued a master's in child development at Oxford. And whilst working on this, parents at the university were interested in buying this for their kids as well. And that's how the one-for-one model was born. I say IKEA for learning because the kids also ask for clocks and radios and walkie-talkies, everyday items in a child's bedroom that can be brought to life. We're not a charity because I think that profits can really scale our impact here. And the one-for-one means that for every kit we plan to sell, a displaced child will receive one for free. And in regards to modular design, we're designing the kits as sustainable as possible, but also additive features. So this is a photo from a refugee camp in Uganda by the National Geographic. And I show this to highlight a fact that I think everyone in the room agrees with, that creativity is universal. Also imagine what other toys that they could come up with if they had the tools. So one-for-one models can be inherently inferior. We've seen organizations dump things in countries in the majority world that people do not need. So to combat this, we've adopted a participatory approach. And that simply means that children are our co-designers. We invite them in the process, and they help us move from boredom and textbook to discovery and play. And in fact, this was a free workshop we ran at the Design Museum, thank you for the space, in October, with kids in the local area who had never been here before. And they gave great feedback about our products. One of the children suggested silhouettes of dinosaurs in the cardboard box that they can cut out and play with the torch as shadow silhouettes, or using two headlights and then using two torches as headlights for a car. So the opportunities for play are endless. And the cool thing is that we know that this works. I'm really interested in STEM self-efficacy. That was what my paper was on. I'm interested in measuring confidence and agency and looking at whether kids have improved their perceptions into STEM afterwards. And none of this is new. It's built upon decades of Montessori pedagogy. And we get great feedback too, from teachers and parents alike. But the most powerful one I've received is a kid coming up to me saying, I'm an engineer now. So the notion that STEM skills are a driver for future success also plays out in the market, that is valued at 6 billion and growing. There are many competitors in this space, ones that I've taught with and personally love, but none that are accessible in displaced regions. We're currently in the product development stage, and we've been backed by amazing educational initiatives, but we really want to be selling in the Design Museum store next year, or in the Science Museum in Tate. And to do that, we need funding. We're a social enterprise, so any philanthropic grants or impact angels would be amazing. We need studio space to run and build the kits versus my bedroom, and any industrial designers who can help bring this to life. I have every confidence that we can get to this abundant society and reimagining futures, but to do that, we need to include our youngest learners and provide early making experiences. And everyone in this room really can support Ambassador Play's mission that Einsteins are everywhere. Thank you.